it's a useful thing for Muslim politicians. That is how they've kept the whole Muslim population, which stayed back in India after voting for Pakistan in 1947, in a, as you said, a siege mentality. Because if they don't do that, they will not get their votes, right? Uh, Let me clear up the air first of all. Like I gave an example of a pyramid. Think of the Muslim community as a pyramid. The base of the pyramid is very wide, and I can assure you, Muslim majority, silent majority, they are very assimilated into India. They believe it's their country, it's their nation, and they call themselves as Indic Muslims as well. लेकिन उनकी आवाज उतनी ज्यादा नहीं है. पिरामिड का जो टॉप है वो हमारे एक्सट्रीमिस्ट हैं, एंड दे आर वेरी लाउड, वेरी वोकल, very well funded, not just from the Middle East, but from the West also, who want to keep India down. I keep saying this. And it seems as if the clamor, the whole, this noise that is coming from that fringe on the top, it seems as if the whole community wants it. Asadin Owaisi, because he said all of this, the media must have focused on his statement. They may not have focused on the three prevalent, prominent organizations, Muslims. Usme ek Pasmanda group bhi hai, there are two others who have categorically said that the PFI doesn't represent us Muslims. It is not their objectives and aims and whatever they are about, it's not us. But very cleverly, since it's proven that they are a terror organization based on the Hamas, right? Owaisi wouldn't have, he needed to distance himself. But then again, connected to not acknowledging that there's a problem, right? Denial. He has to come up with this fact that now they're going to come after you, right? I laugh when people bring this false equivalence कि अगर उसको ban कर दिया तो RSS को भी ban कर. I have yet to see an RSS man go in a marketplace and blow himself up with Allahu Akbar. I have yet to see of an RSS team go and blow planes into buildings. I haven't heard any news like that. If you have, Kamal, kindly do tell me. I have yet to hear of RSS going and throwing gays from the rooftop, which the ISIS did in many regions that they occupied, right? So this RSS ka extremism, okay. RSS ke certain statements, fine. They are there. I have objection to certain statements that certain Hindu leaders do make. मुझे भी objection होती है. लेकिन ये false equivalence करना कि a terror organization, which almost all the Muslim organizations are, वो Al-Qaeda हो, वो हिजब हो जो हमारा था हिजबुल मुजाहिदीन कश्मीर में, वो there is this TRF which has come up in Kashmir, वो PFI हो. If you see some of the speeches and some of the agendas and manifesto that they have, right? So this siege mentality plays very well into Muslim politicians because it's the only way to keep the masses under control. Our whole theology, we don't have any free thinking space. There is no critical questioning. It's not encouraged. There are areas I cannot go into as a Muslim. I am not supposed to question, right? How will masses be kept under control? एंड ये बड़ी फनी सी बात है क्योंकि इसके बारे में लेफ्ट को ज्यादा पता है, राइट? टोटलिटेरियनिज्म क्या होता है, फासिज्म क्या होता है, लेकिन मुस्लिम्स में जो फासिज्म है, जो पॉलिटिशियंस करते हैं, उसकी बात कोई नहीं करता. So it's a tool, it's a political tool. This is what happened in 1989 as well, when the Rushdie book came out कि इस्लाम खतरे में है. Anytime Charlie Hebdo does this thing, इस्लाम खतरे में है. हमारा तो बेसिक क्वेश्चन होता है, योर फेथ कांट बी सो वीक दैट इट इज वो पूरा हिल जाता है विद अ कार्टून, विद अ बुक, with music, with dance, with even 2 strands of hair visible. How is your faith shakeable so much, right? It's a political tool. It will always be used, and as long as there are masses who do not read, who do not go to their own scriptures, I mean, it's in the Arabic language. I do not understand it. I can recite it, I remember it, I have no idea what it means unless and until I read the translation. वो चाहे आप उर्दू में, हिंदी में पढ़ो या इंग्लिश में, मैंने तो इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशंस पढ़ी है. And then sit with a Maulvi and question him. I would really love to sit with a Maulvi and question him ki, okay, you do tell me that the martyr is supposed to get 72 hurs, right? Is the woman martyr also supposed to get 72, something like that? I have been beaten for asking this question by my Maulvi in my childhood, right? And then to even go to the extent, since I'm a researcher, I've come up, I know it's not hurs, it's not virgins. A Syriac Aramic reading of the Quran says it's hura, which means white grapes, which used to be the food of royalty. So since religion is always taught in parables, जैसे जीसस भी parables में पढ़ाते थे, stories में पढ़ाते थे, तो किसी ना किसी ने ये story बोली ही होगी, राइट, कि मार्टियर के ऐसे 72 ग्रेप्स मिलते हैं जब वो हेवन जाएगा. एंड द ट्रांसलेशन, आई कैन गो इनटू दिस एरिया एज वेल, बट वो स्पेस कहाँ है वो क्वेश्चनिंग का, वो क्रिटिकली थिंकिंग का वो क्वेश्चन नहीं है, वेर यू वुड स्टार्ट रियली ब्रिंगिंग इट डाउन टू दीज theological debates and lines from the verses and problematic verses, putting it out there and questioning. You will be termed the same thing as it comes in the siege mentality. This is a munafiq, they call it hypocrites. This is an apostate. This is a murtad, that he or she has left Islam. This is there is takfirism, we call it. He's not a true Muslim. That is what we call as takfirism. Immediately you don't want to answer, you say no, you don't know anything, you haven't read it, you haven't studied it. So this all is tied up to the siege mentality. Since you're not allowed to question, you will not question the Muslim leader. And if you now study the history of Islam in India, you will see it has been there for centuries. I think J. Sai Deepak has already revealed it. The idea of Pakistan since that Barelvi person, right? Yeah. Shah Waliullah. Yeah. So it's not a new phenomenon. It's been there for centuries. Absolutely. I don't know if it's going to change, but I'm trying my best to create that free thinking space.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.